Chosen one, listen carefully. There comes a moment in your journey when Allah asks you to step back, to cut communication, and to protect your heart from what no one else can see. And the world reacts. They become angry, confused, or even hurt. They cannot understand the wisdom behind your silence, the strength behind your distance, or the mercy behind your boundaries. But Allah sees. Allah knows. Every step you take away from toxicity, every choice to guard your heart, is divinely guided, and it is preparing you for blessings far greater than what they can imagine. In this video, we will uncover 7 powerful lessons that reveal what they didn't tell you, the true meaning of their anger, the spiritual power of your silence, and why cutting ties is not rejection, but elevation. By the end, you'll understand that every boundary you set is a sign of strength. Every distance you create is a step toward divine destiny, and every moment of their frustration is proof that you are walking the path of a chosen one. Chosen one, understand this truth with the depth of your heart and the certainty of your soul. Every moment you have ever stepped away from someone who drained your energy, clouded your mind, or pulled your spirit into conflict, Allah was not absent. He was protecting you in ways your eyes could never witness and your mind could never comprehend. While the world judges your silence, your withdrawal, and even your decision to cut communication, they cannot see the threads of destiny that Allah is weaving around you. Every whisper against you, every subtle plot, every hidden agenda aimed to manipulate, control, or harm you has been intercepted by divine protection. You may have felt moments of doubt, moments where their anger or confusion made you question yourself. But these are not signs of weakness. They are signs of trials that test your trust in Allah's wisdom. The chosen ones are never left vulnerable. Their boundaries are divinely guarded. What looks like loss, abandonment, or isolation to human eyes is actually a fortress built by Allah around your heart, shielding you from calamities, toxic attachments, and spiritual setbacks that you cannot yet perceive. The people who rage, who gossip, or who try to manipulate are unknowingly serving the purpose of your elevation, because their inability to penetrate your peace proves that Allah's protection is impenetrable. Every step you take toward distance, every choice to guard your energy, is not a rejection of humanity. It is a declaration of submission to the one who sees all, knows all, and orchestrates all. Your chosen path may seem lonely at times, your silence may feel heavy, and the world may misinterpret your actions as cruelty or coldness. But in reality, every action, every boundary, every quiet withdrawal is a testament to your alignment with divine wisdom. Allah sees the danger before it arrives, shields you from what you cannot see, and positions you in a space where your growth, your peace, and your spiritual elevation cannot be interrupted. So never doubt your decision to step back. Never regret your choice to protect your heart, and never fear the anger or misunderstanding of those who cannot see beyond their own desires, for you are under the vigilant eye of the most merciful, the all-knowing, and the protector of the chosen ones. Chosen one, never underestimate the power of your silence, for in a world that glorifies noise, argument, and reaction, your quiet withdrawal is a weapon forged by Allah Himself and a reflection of your spiritual maturity. When you choose not to explain yourself, when you refuse to justify your decisions, and when you step back without confrontation, you are demonstrating a strength that is invisible to those who are guided by ego rather than divine wisdom. The anger, confusion, and frustration that others feel toward you are not a reflection of your weakness. They are a mirror of their own inability to comprehend the divine protection, guidance, and clarity that you carry within your heart. Your silence is an expression of tawakkul, the deep, unwavering trust in Allah's plan, where you no longer feel the need to seek validation from anyone because your certainty rests solely in the knowledge that He is watching, He is guiding, and He is defending you. In Islam, the greatest strength is often quiet, unseen, and unacknowledged by the world. It does not seek applause, it does not engage in argument, and it does not crumble under pressure, because it is rooted in the eternal, unshakable support of Allah. Every time someone tries to provoke you, manipulate you, or challenge you, your decision to remain silent is an act of obedience, an act of wisdom, and an act of preservation. For the chosen ones are never meant to waste energy on those who cannot perceive the blessings in their restraint. This silence builds patience, protects the heart, and allows the soul to rise above petty conflicts and worldly misunderstandings, creating space for divine clarity, guidance, and elevation. Those who are angered by your distance or your refusal to engage are unknowingly confirming the truth of your spiritual power they are witnessing, in their frustration that Allah has fortified you with boundaries that cannot be breached, and that the peace you maintain is a reflection of the divine light within you that they cannot extinguish. Chosen one, your silence is not emptiness. It is full of divine strategy, unseen protection, and spiritual authority. It speaks louder than words, acts more powerfully than arguments, and shields you from trials you are not yet ready to face. While the world demands your explanation, Allah demands your trust, and in that trust, your strength multiplies, your heart grows resilient, and your soul rises to heights that cannot be touched by anger, manipulation, or misunderstanding. Embrace your silence, cherish your boundaries, and know that every quiet moment is a declaration of your chosen status, a testament to your faith, and a proof that true strength is found not in noise or confrontation, but in steadfast trust, divine alignment, and unwavering obedience to the One who sees all, knows all, and protects all who are chosen. Chosen one, understand this with every fiber of your being. The people who become angry, resentful, or frustrated when you cut communication cannot comprehend the magnitude of the purpose Allah has placed upon your life, for their vision is limited to the material, the immediate, and the superficial, while yours is aligned with divine destiny, eternal wisdom, and the unseen plans of the most merciful. They see only the absence, the distance, or the silence, but they cannot perceive the meticulous orchestration of Allah that surrounds you, the protection that shields your heart, the guidance that clears your path, and the preparation that elevates your soul. Every boundary you establish, every withdrawal you practice, is a sacred act of obedience, a step toward the mission that Allah has entrusted you with, a mission that requires clarity, purity of intention, and freedom from distractions that may cloud your judgment or dilute your spiritual energy. They cannot understand that your detachment is not rejection, nor is it cruelty, it is divine strategy, a necessary separation to preserve your light, to sharpen your character, and to ready you for responsibilities that surpass their understanding. The anger, confusion, and hurt they feel is not about you. It is a reflection of their own inability to see beyond the temporal, to trust in Allah's wisdom, or to acknowledge that the chosen ones are often misunderstood precisely because they are being prepared for roles and blessings that ordinary eyes cannot perceive. Every whispered criticism, every attempt to provoke or manipulate, every moment of resentment directed at you serves as a mirror, reflecting both their limitations and the depth of your elevation. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, allows these reactions not to punish you, but to reveal the reality of hearts around you, to test your patience, and to confirm your alignment with divine will. Know this: your higher purpose requires that you operate on a level that is often invisible to the world, unrecognized by those who cannot perceive divine timing, and unappreciated by those whose eyes are clouded by ego, pride, and attachment. The distance you maintain, the silence you uphold, and the boundaries you enforce are not acts of hostility. They are instruments of divine protection and preparation, ensuring that your soul remains untainted, your path remains clear, and your destiny remains secured. Chosen one, let their misunderstanding and anger remind you of your sacred responsibility. Let it strengthen your resolve to remain aligned with Allah, and let it affirm that your journey is divinely authored, impervious to worldly judgment, and destined for a magnitude that few will ever witness. Yet every trial, every boundary, and every act of silent obedience brings you closer to the fulfillment of your higher purpose. Chosen one, realize with clarity and conviction that every time you step back, every time you cut communication with someone who no longer aligns with your spiritual journey, you are not closing a door. You are initiating a profound, divine reset for your soul, a recalibration that clears the clutter of negativity, confusion, and distraction that could otherwise hinder your growth and your connection with Allah. This is not an act of cruelty, rejection, or selfishness. It is a sacred act of obedience and self-preservation, a recognition that your heart is a trust, your time is a gift, and your energy is a resource that Allah has granted you to serve purposes far greater than temporary conflict or worldly attachment. The people who are angered, frustrated, or hurt by your withdrawal cannot see the unseen realities, the subtle webs of influence, the hidden spiritual battles, and the potential calamities that Allah has shielded you from by placing distance between you and what would harm your soul. In their misunderstanding, they perceive loss, silence, or separation as rejection, yet in truth, every act of detachment is a divine purification, a clearing of the space within your heart and mind, so that clarity, peace, and divine guidance may enter unimpeded. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, uses these moments to reset your spiritual state, to elevate your heart, and to strengthen your trust in Him alone, showing you that the world cannot dictate your peace, the opinions of others cannot define your worth, and the attachment of those who fail to understand your purpose cannot divert you from the path Allah has chosen for you. Cutting communication becomes an instrument of protection, a shield against worldly chaos, and a catalyst for personal and spiritual evolution, allowing you to detach from toxicity, align with divine timing, and open space for the blessings, opportunities, and responsibilities that Allah has written for you. While they may react with anger, confusion, or even attempts to pull you back into the drama they cannot escape, their reactions serve only to remind you of the contrast between the chaos of the world and the peace of a heart that trusts in Allah. Chosen one, embrace this reset fully, for every boundary you enforce, every moment of silence you hold, and every step back you take is not emptiness. It is a sacred realignment, a purification of your heart, and a preparation for a life that reflects the beauty, clarity, and divine purpose that Allah intended for you from the very beginning. In cutting communication, you are not losing. You are ascending, recalibrating, and stepping into the fullness of your chosen destiny. Chosen one, understand this truth with the depth of your soul. The anger, frustration, and resentment you encounter when you step back or cut communication is never truly about you. It is a mirror reflecting the reality of their own hearts, the hidden insecurities, fears, and limitations that they carry, yet cannot confront. When someone lashes out, becomes bitter, or reacts with hostility because you have established boundaries or chosen silence, what they are really revealing is the fragility of their own character, the attachments they place on people instead of trusting Allah's plan, and the lack of understanding that true respect for others begins with respect for the divine guidance in their lives. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, allows you to witness these reactions, not to punish you, but to teach you a profound lesson. The chosen ones are often misunderstood, resented, and envied because their alignment with divine purpose, their peace, and their integrity threaten the ego-driven illusions of the world. Their anger exposes their inability to see beyond immediate desires, their attachment to control, and their failure to recognize that your withdrawal is a sign of maturity, faith, and obedience to Allah rather than weakness, rejection, or disloyalty. Every harsh word, every attempt to manipulate, every sigh of disappointment or expression of hurt serves as confirmation that you are walking a path they cannot comprehend, that your peace is something they envy, and that the divine protection surrounding you is impervious to their influence. The chosen ones learn to observe these reactions not with fear, not with retaliation, and not with judgment, but with clarity, patience, and gratitude, understanding that anger is a reflection, a message, and a lesson wrapped in the disguise of human emotion. By witnessing the true nature of those who oppose your boundaries or resent your choices, you gain insight into their character, their priorities, and their limitations, which allows you to navigate relationships with wisdom, discernment, and caution. This anger, though directed at you, is in reality a divine revelation, a lesson from Allah showing you who is aligned with your growth, who respects your peace, and who is capable of honoring the sacred boundaries set by those chosen to carry higher responsibilities. Chosen one, do not allow their reactions to sway your heart, cloud your judgment, or dim your light. Instead, see their anger as a confirmation of your elevation, a sign that your alignment with Allah's will is unshakable, and a testament that your spiritual boundaries are powerful shields that cannot be breached by worldly frustration or misunderstanding. The universe will test the chosen ones through the reactions of others, showing you not only the reality of human nature, but also the infinite mercy, protection, and wisdom of Allah, who allows you to witness these truths, to strengthen your resolve, deepen your faith, and fortify your soul against the distractions, attachments, and misunderstandings of a world that often cannot perceive divine purpose. So when anger arises, when accusations are made, and when resentment is projected upon you, know that this is not your battle, this is not your weakness, and this is not your defeat. It is simply the unveiling of truth, the illumination of reality, and the confirmation that Allah is elevating you, protecting you, and preparing you for roles, responsibilities, and blessings far beyond the comprehension of those who fail to see the depth of your chosen path, the sincerity of your intentions, and the immensity of the divine plan that surrounds and guides you every moment of your life. Chosen one, Understand this truth with the clarity of your heart and the certainty of your faith. Every time you step away, every time you deliberately create distance from those who no longer serve your spiritual growth, from those whose presence distracts, drains, or diminishes your energy, you are not retreating in weakness, you are ascending in strength, elevating your soul and aligning yourself with the divine orchestration of Allah, who knows what you need far better than you can perceive. The world may misunderstand your choices, judge your silence as coldness, label your boundaries as arrogance, or even attempt to manipulate, provoke, or guilt you into returning to spaces that are harmful to your spirit. But their opinions, their frustrations, and their inability to comprehend the divine wisdom behind your actions do not alter your path. For your journey is written, your protection is guaranteed, and your elevation is decreed by the One who sees all, knows all, and controls every aspect of creation. Distance, chosen one, is not separation. It is purification, a sacred clearing of the mind, the heart, and the soul from energies, attachments, and distractions that would prevent you from receiving the blessings, clarity, and guidance that Allah has meticulously prepared for you. Each moment of silence, each act of withdrawal, and each boundary you uphold is not emptiness. It is a divine alignment, a strategic realignment of your spiritual state, and a preparation for the responsibilities, opportunities, and revelations that only a heart free from worldly chaos can receive. Those who react with anger, confusion, or resentment to your withdrawal are unwitting participants in your elevation, for their inability to understand your decisions exposes the reality of their character, the limits of their perception, and the contrast between hearts aligned with divine purpose and hearts lost in worldly attachment. In their reactions, you see clearly who seeks control over your energy rather than your well-being, who clings to ego rather than understanding, and who cannot rise beyond their own limitations to see the blessings in your withdrawal. This is why, chosen one, distance is more than a mere choice. It is an act of obedience, an act of preservation, and an act of empowerment that strengthens your soul in ways that no confrontation, argument, or worldly validation ever could. As your soul expands in the space created by withdrawal, clarity floods your mind, peace enters your heart, and your spirit is elevated above the mundane conflicts that once threatened to entangle you. The absence of certain people from your life is not a loss. It is a deliberate cleansing that allows the light of Allah to shine more clearly within you, illuminating your purpose, fortifying your resolve, and opening doors that were previously obscured by distraction, attachment, or misunderstanding. Every step you take into this sacred space of distance is an act of worship, for it is aligned with Allah's guidance, it preserves your spiritual energy, and it positions you in the flow of destiny that only He controls. Your distance protects your integrity, shields your intentions, and affirms your status as one of the chosen. For the chosen ones are often misunderstood, resented, and envied precisely because their alignment with divine purpose makes them untouchable to the chaos, confusion, and negativity that surround them. Chosen one, do not fear the anger of others, the loneliness that may accompany withdrawal, or the whispers of misunderstanding. These are temporary disturbances in a world that cannot grasp divine timing, but your elevation is eternal, and the peace you cultivate is a reflection of the strength, faith, and alignment that Allah has placed within you. Your boundaries are not barriers to love or compassion. They are instruments of protection, spiritual growth, and divine preparation. As you hold your distance, your soul becomes lighter, your vision becomes clearer, and your connection with Allah deepens beyond measure. The reactions of others, their inability to comprehend, and their attempts to pull you back into the past, are nothing more than confirmations that your path is sacred, your light is unassailable, and your purpose is unfolding exactly as Allah intended. Every moment of restraint, every pause in communication, and every deliberate act of separation serves as a catalyst for your growth, allowing you to rise above worldly distractions, to cultivate patience and wisdom, and to prepare your heart for the blessings, responsibilities, and spiritual awakenings that await those who trust in the most merciful. Chosen one, embrace this distance fully, honor it as a sacred tool of elevation, and know that every step you take away from toxicity, every moment you hold your peace, and every boundary you enforce is a testament to your obedience, your spiritual strength, and your unwavering trust in Allah. In this sacred separation, your soul ascends, your heart is purified, your mind is clarified, and your destiny is positioned precisely where it needs to be, untouchable, aligned, and divinely guided. Let every misunderstanding, every attempt at manipulation, and every spark of anger from those around you be a mirror reflecting your elevation, confirming your alignment, and proving that your distance is not a loss but a profound spiritual ascent, a sacred rise in faith, and a preparation for a life filled with divine light, clarity, and the blessings that Allah alone can bestow upon His chosen ones. Chosen one, understand this with every fiber of your being. The moment you choose to obey Allah, to follow His guidance, to protect your heart, and to step away from those who no longer serve your spiritual path, every outcome, every blessing, and every trial has already been divinely written, orchestrated, and secured by the One who knows the seen and the unseen, the present and the future, the whispered thoughts of hearts, and the deepest intentions of souls. When others react with anger, frustration, disappointment, or even attempts at manipulation because you have set boundaries or cut communication, their reactions are not a reflection of your failure. They are a reflection of their inability to perceive divine wisdom, their attachment to worldly ego, and their blindness to the unseen forces that guide your life. Chosen one, Allah's plan is precise, perfect, and beyond human comprehension. He knows what is best for you, what will protect you, what will elevate you, and what will bring you the ultimate success, peace, and fulfillment in this life and the hereafter. Every moment of doubt, every pang of guilt that others attempt to instill, every whisper of regret or anger directed toward you is nothing more than a confirmation that your decisions are aligned with a higher reality that they cannot see, that your silence is protected, that your boundaries are defended, and that your path has been secured by the Most Merciful. Trusting Allah's decree means releasing the need for worldly validation. It means stepping beyond the limitations of human opinion, and it means recognizing that the chosen ones are elevated not through the approval of people, but through obedience, faith, and alignment with divine purpose. The anger, confusion, and resentment of others serve only as a mirror, reflecting both their limitations and the certainty of your elevation. For when Allah decrees an outcome, no whisper, no argument, no pressure, and no worldly force can alter it. Every setback, every challenge, Every moment of resistance you encounter from those who cannot understand your choices is designed to strengthen your patience, refine your heart, and deepen your reliance on Allah alone. Chosen one, when you feel the weight of misunderstanding, the sting of rejection, or the pull of regret in the hearts of others, remember that you are walking in alignment with destiny, that every blessing intended for you is already written, and that every trial allowed in your path is an opportunity to grow, to purify your intentions, and to manifest the resilience, clarity, and strength that Allah has cultivated within you. The universe conspires in harmony with divine decree, arranging circumstances, people, and events to ensure that those who are chosen are positioned precisely where they are meant to be, shielded from harm, elevated above toxicity, and prepared for responsibilities and rewards that cannot yet be perceived by the human eye. No anger from others, no criticism, no manipulation, and no worldly force can divert the course that Allah has set for you. For the decree of the Most Merciful is absolute, unshakable, and perfect. Every time someone expresses frustration, hurt, or confusion at your boundaries, it is proof that your path is sacred, your decisions are divinely guided, and that Allah's protection surrounds you in ways you cannot yet comprehend. Trust that your journey, your elevation, your trials, and your triumphs are already written in the best of ways, for He knows what your heart needs, what your soul requires, and what your destiny demands. The chosen ones do not worry about controlling outcomes, proving themselves to the world, or satisfying the expectations of others. They trust, obey, and surrender, knowing that Allah has secured their every step, has already decided their rise, and has orchestrated every circumstance to serve their growth, purification, and ultimate success. Chosen one, the peace that comes from trusting Allah's decree is unmatched. The clarity that arises from surrendering to His wisdom is unshakable, and the strength cultivated in knowing that your outcome is divinely secured is eternal. Every moment you resist the pull of worldly validation, every time you step away from manipulation or anger, and every boundary you enforce becomes a testament to your faith, your alignment with Allah, and your status as one of the chosen, for the decree of Allah cannot be reversed. The protection of Allah cannot be broken, and the destiny of those who trust Him cannot be altered. So, release every worry, silence every doubt, ignore every worldly judgment, and embrace the knowledge that your rise, your blessings, and your ultimate success have already been decreed, already secured, and already prepared by the Most Merciful. You are chosen, you are protected, you are elevated, and your outcome has already been written in the highest, most perfect wisdom of Allah, awaiting the moment when your faith, patience, and obedience will bring it into full manifestation, untouched by human interference, untarnished by worldly misunderstanding, and guided entirely by the One who sees all, knows all, and rewards all who are chosen with what no eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no heart has imagined. Chosen one, as we conclude this journey through these 7 powerful lessons, remember this: your silence, your distance, your boundaries, and your unwavering trust in Allah are not acts of weakness. They are the hallmarks of a heart aligned with divine wisdom, the proof of a soul elevated above worldly chaos, and the evidence that you are walking a path only the chosen can understand. The anger, confusion, or resentment you may encounter from others is not a reflection of your value, your character, or your purpose. It is simply a mirror revealing their own limitations, and the contrast between a heart guided by ego and a heart guided by Allah. Every step you have taken to protect your energy, every moment you have chosen peace over conflict, and every boundary you have upheld is a sacred act of worship, a spiritual shield, and a declaration that your destiny is secured by the most merciful. Chosen one, the world may not see your wisdom, the people may not understand your decisions, and those around you may question your choices, but Allah sees everything, knows everything, and rewards those who walk in faith, patience, and obedience. Let these lessons serve as a reminder that your journey is divinely protected, your rise is already written, and your purpose is far greater than any anger, disappointment, or misunderstanding directed at you. Hold on to your peace, cherish your boundaries, trust the timing of Allah, and know that every challenge, every trial, and every reaction from others is simply confirmation that you are walking the path of a chosen one, elevated, protected, and destined for blessings beyond imagination. Keep your heart pure, your faith unshakable, and your trust in Allah absolute, for you are not just living in this world, you are being prepared for a destiny that no one else can see, guided by a wisdom only the most merciful can orchestrate.